And that's absolutely true as we look at Pakistan. The UK's long-term national interests are closely linked to Pakistan's. And one joy of doing the job that I will be going to is that at a fundamental level, the UK's interests and Pakistan's coincide. That isn't actually true for our relationship with every country in the world, but I really do deeply believe that we share common interests between the two countries. Both states want flourishing, prosperous, open, resilient societies under the rule of law, in stable regions, free of threat or use of violence between states or inside them. And we bring a splendidly vibrant bilateral relationship to the pursuit of this common vision. So much is going on in it. Over £1 billion of trade between the two countries this year. The UK as the second largest foreign investor in Pakistan. DFID in the process of becoming the second largest aid donor to Pakistan. Nearly 10,000 Pakistanis studying in the UK, although sadly fewer Brits studying in Pakistan. More Pakistanis than any other nation take UK curriculum exams. And Sir Michael Barber is just getting underway with co-chairing a joint education task force to look at delivery on education in Pakistan. I could go on, but dinner threatens. The bilateral relationship is good, but in my view, it isn't good enough. And I have developed a slogan that benefits from having gone and talked to a number of British Pakistani communities in Glasgow, in Birmingham, and in Bradford, that in the bilateral relationship we must talk with each other and not at each other. We have to do better at resisting conspiracy theories about each other and stereotyping each other. We need a bit more empathy, in short. So, beyond better atmospherics and beyond a better understanding, which Baroness Warsi urged me to develop, some of the things I hope to see advance in the 3 years I will be in Islamabad. Education is one I'm quite passionate about. I want to make sure that the British Council and DFID programs are delivering the maximum for education in Pakistan. But I also want to see even more bright Pakistanis studying in the UK. It's just worth noting here that, contrary to appearances in recent history, it is actually the case that the British government would like to see more, not fewer, British Pakistanis studying in the UK. And it is actually the case the number of Pakistanis coming to study is up this academic year compared with last. Visas. Yep. We have to make it work better. It has to be more transparent, it has to be quicker, it has to be more intelligent. There has been progress in bedding down the new systems, but there is a distance still to travel. Afghanistan and the region is what I have spent much of my last 3 years working on, and I will continue to work on that very important agenda. I do believe that a serious conversation between the UK and Pakistan about Afghanistan is looming. Perhaps it will start as early as the London conference on Afghanistan on the 28th of January. And the last area I would list is doing what the UK can appropriately do to help Pakistan progressively unwind violent extremism. The UK, we all know, certainly faces its own serious homegrown terrorism, but so does Pakistan. Not all of it is invented overseas, abroad, outside Pakistan. And the situations in Pakistan and in the UK do intersect with each other in an unhealthy way. How does one go about dismantling violent extremist groups? There are, as I say, no easy solutions. What I do know is that we need to bring great realism, I would say much greater realism than hitherto, to that task. Last set of comments is about the British Pakistani community. I see it as the third point on a triangle of the UK, Pakistan, and the community. The community is what makes the UK and Pakistan actual neighbours. 1.4 million visits in the two directions each year. And it's the community that ensures that the two governments have to pay attention to each other. If we're going to talk with Pakistan rather than at it, and if the same is true for Pakistan towards the UK, then it seems pretty self-evident to me that the British Pakistani community has an important role to play, not least if and when we are talking about Kashmir. Who else best understands both societies and can best interpret them to each other? It's for the community to say to what extent it is already playing a positive role in this triangle. But personally, I think it is falling short of potential. Sometimes the community seems more active on Pakistani politics than on British politics. Sometimes the community seems to allow Pakistani politics to fracture the community on matters that should be of collective and mutual interest to all in the UK. And in my limited experience, the community has been unnecessarily diffident and perhaps even ineffective in engaging HMG, the British government. The Pakistan High Commissioner knows the British Pakistani community better than any British minister or senior official does, and I'd like to see that balance redressed. So in short, I want to see the triangle actually operate. I want the British Pakistani community confidently and constructively engaged with the British government, and I'd like to see it similarly engaged with the Pakistan authorities. And both those areas of engagement enriching the UK-Pakistan dialogue. I don't know what institutional architectures would most help this to happen, but I do urge those present to think about it. So, to sum up, I'm for talking with and not at in both directions. I'm for mutual respect, empathy, and some shared vision of the future. I'm particularly interested in economics, education, and a really prosperous, really blossoming Pakistani middle class. I'm for realistic progress rather than rhetoric on violent extremism. And that, since I'm going to accomplish all this for you in the space of 3 years in Pakistan, will permit the English cricket team to play once again in Pakistan. And finally, I'm for dinner. Thank you.